What's going on, guys? I just wanted to check in real quick one more time. I'm actually in the office again, and I'm experimenting, is what I'll call it, with the Red Control app within the Apple Vision Pro. I also have the app for the Ronin 2 pulled up. It's saying that there's a software update, but I probably won't update that just yet. I was checking some things out in there in terms of configuration. It's pretty cool, right? Yes, I am in an environment, so I can control the camera. I can trigger the recording. Just reach out and start recording, and we're recording. As you can see by the green box in the video display, we are utilizing the autofocus. What I have in my hand, bring the environment down, you'll be able to see that I'm holding the Ronin 2 remote, which would allow me to, this thing is just sitting on a shelf right now. And so, yeah, it's pretty cool. I have to see if it's reliable enough. I'm noticing that there is a significant amount of latency. I would have to test that and see just how much latency there is. I had an issue probably just before I started recording this where the signal from the Komodo X stopped sending data to the app. Red Control app is very stable, and so I haven't really run into issues where, while I'm on set or something like that, where the app will frequently stop working. I've used it in a room with hundreds of people, cell phone signals and things of that nature. The camera may have been high up on a tripod or something like that, and I was monitoring from like a couple feet below, and the viewfinder just wasn't, or the monitor wasn't within my reach, right? I would monitor just on the phone, which is really cool. I've done that several times, just kind of have the phone down. And this is just for a static shot, right? Maybe a little bit of panning and stuff like that, nothing super dynamic. And so what's the use case for this? Why would I want to have this on, right? I may have explained it in my last video where you can hand this Apple Vision Pro off to, you might have a director, you might just be the DP for the day, right? Or you might have a client, you give it to them, they'll love it. You don't want to just hand it to anyone because they have access to all of your camera settings, right? I can come in here, I can go from MQ medium quality to high quality, right? To low quality, back to medium quality. So it is really responsive, right? The eye tracking within the Apple Vision Pro is absolutely stellar. I'm just literally look at what it is that I want to control, and as you can see, as my eyes are moving around, I don't know if you're picking up on that on this box right now. Like if you look at iris, and I look at ISO, as I look at something, it becomes a little light gray, right? This is a big screen. We could click on this thing and make it bigger. Maybe grab this bar here. See, I grab the bar and then it triggered a recording. No big deal. So that's a pretty big screen. Now again, if you're operating a gimbal, let's say in broad daylight, I don't know how safe it's going to be to be wearing this, but if you're indoors, you probably can turn this environment down and kind of have this thing plastered somewhere, because it's spatially locked. I don't know if you guys can tell that. So yeah, that was the next thing I want to show you. And this is another mistake, right? I didn't want to double click on that screen just yet, but obviously, it's really sensitive. So let's see if I can look at a specific thing. Let's look at the light. Wow. So I looked at the light, right? And it focused on the light. So let's look at the light stand, the C stand. So I looked at the C stand, it focused on the C stand. Now guys, this is like, I'm gonna tell you right now, this is pretty phenomenal. I'm gonna look at the monitor on top of the other red that's sitting there. Yep. Focus on that. Look at the light, focus on the light. All right, are we focused? Okay, maybe not. So let's look at the battery pack. Let's look at the light head itself. All right, let's come down. Let's move this a little bit. So autofocus is on. So let's try to focus on the C70. Okay, that worked. Back on the Raven. See if we can focus on that light stand. That light stand is pretty close. Oh, it worked. Yeah, so that's pretty useful. You know, if you're on set, and again, you know, the latency, I'm not sure of it. You know, I wouldn't necessarily rely on it right now, but you know, you might have an assistant camera operator, and you know, you hand him or her the Apple Vision Pro, and they're pulling focus off of a stills lens, which is crazy. All right, guys, and back. Yeah, so that whole situation, there's some connection issues. It's not super stable, but all in all, you know, I am pretty happy. You know, I still have high hopes with, you know, working with this setup. It really doesn't like when you go full screen. When you go full screen with that video, I think it's just too much data, and you know, I don't know if it's just the Komodo can't send that much data in terms of video wise, or if well, that's ridiculous, because if I'm sending it to my phone, there's no issue. But the only time that I've had this crash is when I'm going full screen. And so we'll just check the latency. I'm gonna go down right now. So, you know, that was about a second. I'm gonna go up now, up again, right, to the right, to the left, right? Yeah, so, and we'll trigger the recording. Well, there you go, folks. So, you know, it's fun. You know, I'm pretty sure that, you know, Red will update the app, something that's more optimized for Vision Pro. I'm pretty sure Apple will have more updates. But for right now, it kind of goes into the category of fun, but I wouldn't hang my hat on it during the paid job or something. That's why I do these things in the office. I do a lot of this stuff in the office. I typically don't film it, but, you know, given the fact that this is such a new ecosystem and it's fun, right? I'll keep you guys updated on whether or not the app is updated and whether or not I experience more stability between the Komodo X and the Apple Vision Pro. Also, this is the free Red Control app. There's a Red Control Pro, which is $499. I think it may be a little more stable. However, it's hard for me to kind of justify buying that, given that I only own one Red that could go into the app. Yeah, guys, that's it.